Far too many agents don't know how to effectively communicate their value proposition. But in this video, I'm going to show you how you can leverage your unique value statement to generate and close more leads than you've ever imagined. You see, most agents think they have a unique positioning statement, but unfortunately, many can't pass the, well, I should hope so test. Simply put, if you gave me your best pitch and I can reply with, well, I should hope so, you don't have a true value proposition. Let's do a quick exercise. If I said, I'm considering selling my home, why should I hire you versus the other 3 agents I've interviewed? What would be your response? And here's where the test comes in. After you give me your answer, I shouldn't be able to say, well, I should hope so. But if you're like most agents, you're probably going to tell me that you're trustworthy, or maybe you're going to talk about your experience. But to all that, I would say, well, I should hope so. I mean, think about it for a second. You tell me that I should hire you because I trust you? That's baseline. That should go without saying. Imagine you're about to have surgery and the doctor says, I've got some really good news. I actually went to school to be a doctor. Well, I should hope so. Or let's say you hand a bank teller your cash to deposit and they say, good news, don't worry, I'm not a criminal and I haven't gone to jail yet for fraud or stealing money. That's not going to make me want to do more business with that bank. I mean, have we as agents set the bar so low in real estate that things like being trustworthy or likable or having closed as a home truly differentiates you from the competition? When someone asks, why should I hire you instead of the other agent? And we answer back with, because I'm trustworthy, are we implying that our fellow agents are not trustworthy? I'm not so sure that's in line with the Realtor Code of Ethics. As agents, I think it's important to truly understand and be able to articulate our unique positioning statement. And that's true now more than ever. Why? Because unfortunately, most agents are shouting on social media that the real estate market is so hot, you don't even need them. Yes, that's the message that the general public is hearing when you post that your latest home sold in 17 minutes above asking price. The reality is, we as agents are overlooking a huge opportunity to communicate our true value statement. Simply put, the real estate market isn't necessarily good right now. The real estate market is complicated right now. And now more than ever, a buyer or a seller needs help getting through a really complicated and nuanced market. Algorithms, let alone appraisers, are having a difficult time accurately assessing home values. Sellers are having to navigate an insane amount of offers, and we all know it's not as simple as the highest price wins. There are more options than ever when it comes to instant offers, rent backs, traditional purchases, and more. Yet agents would rather talk about how hot the market is instead of conveying the real story, that making a wrong move in a market like this can have huge long-term financial implications. I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom. If done right, it can be a great opportunity for individuals to benefit from this market. But now is our opportunity to truly show our value as experts, as consultants, and as problem solvers. And guess what? No tech company, algorithm, or startup can automate or write code that solves that part of the real estate equation. But for some, it's like agents are almost ashamed of their profession, of being a realtor. So what do? They create stealth sites that hides their branding. They try to compete head-to-head with lead generation techniques that actually downplays the fact that they're an agent. Seriously, I saw an ad the other day from an actual real estate agent, and the headline was, see how much your home is worth without having to talk to an agent. It's almost like somewhere along the way we were convinced that the only way to generate leads is to hide the fact that we're an actual real estate agent. But let's see that through. Okay, so even if you generate leads, tons of leads, what happens next? They've signed up with the hook that they won't have an agent bugging them. But what happens next? You, the agent, then bug them. How receptive do you think that person is going to be to talk to you? That's going to be a really difficult lead to convert because you've literally targeted people who don't want to deal with agents. At that point, who cares how cheap your cost per lead is? Remember, you don't get paid off of how many leads you generate. You get paid off of how many people you bring to the closing table. A lead who won't close doesn't have much value. Okay, so what's the solution? Well, in my opinion, the #1 way to get more leads and convert them into actual closed sales is to focus on your main value proposition. You see, so many other agents make the mistake of lowering themselves as the gatekeeper of information, or worse yet, simply a key holder or door opener. If that's the extent of your value, then if you haven't already, you'll soon be replaced by an app. As an agent, you've got so much more value to bring to the real estate transaction. And one of those key values comes down to solving problems, taking away their pain points, and being a true consultant. Instead of creating stealth pages where you try to hide who you are, showcase your value. In order to do that, you've got to accurately articulate your true value. And that's so much more than being trustworthy or simply friendly. I think one of the best ways to truly communicate your value as an agent is to create a Why Choose Us page. This gives you a clear and succinct way to showcase your value and the importance of working with you instead of another agent, or worse yet, them try to do it alone. Now, I realize one of the key things about a unique positioning statement is, well, being unique. But I at least wanted to give you a starting point. Based off this, I've created a sample page and you're welcome to copy and paste on your site. I would suggest using this as a launching point and editing it to communicate what truly makes you unique. But remember, someone who goes to your site is going to be asking themselves, what's in it for me? So instead of focusing on your accolades and your success, showcase how your expertise, experience, and effectiveness benefits them. And don't just tell, but also sell. Give the site visitor an opportunity to engage through forms and call to actions. And most importantly, when you've got the page complete, do one final check. Go to the page and click Control F or Command F to bring up the Find tool. Type in the word we, or if you're an individual agent, the word I, and count how many times you reference yourself. Then do the same thing with the word you. Count how many times you talk about them on the site. Remember, people want to know what's in it for them. If you don't have at least a 3-to-1 ratio of talking about them versus yourself, go back and edit the page. Even though this page spotlights your value, you've got to keep it focused on how it benefits them. Do this and you'll see quality leads that actually want to talk to you when you follow up, because you've already set the stage and showed them the true value of working with you. As always, if you've got any questions or get stuck along the way, just leave a comment below and I'll try to help you out. Thanks and have a great day. Okay, what's next? Just click on any of these videos for more simple and free strategies to grow your real estate business.